You also have the opportunity to defeat the final fighting nerd that's undefeated in the UFC.
So my focus is not beat your team. My focus is beat him. No, so my focus is to him. It's like I beat him. The consequence is like your team lost the one more fight UFC. It's not. But my focus is not. I don't have this in my head. It's like, okay, I need to beat him because your team will go down. No, it's not. This is not my focus. My focus is beat this guy, prove it that I deserve to stay in the top.
How do you think all those losses might affect Jean Silva going into this fight?
I think now he have too much pressure on your back, because he's the only guy is on the Finnish UFC now for UT. I think he have a lot of responsibility for you behind,
He's one of the front runners, in my opinion. First of all, how that guy make 145?
Shredded, yeah. He's just finishing
huge.
everyone, hey.
He's so dangerous, man.
That's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna go with Diego Lopes. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Diego Lopes on that one.
Diego Lopes and Jean Silva are all set to fight in a main event featherweight clash at UFC Fight Night on September 13th. Jean Silva is the only fighter left from the Fighting Nerds who has an unbeaten record in the UFC, so he must be under pressure to save the reputation of his team. Diego Lopes shared his thoughts about the Fighting Nerds and said every fighter is different, but noted that Jean Silva carries extra pressure since he's the only one from his team still in the UFC after their recent struggles. He suggested that this weight of expectation could affect Silva's performance.
Can I ask your opinion on the Fighting Nerds? Because everyone has an opinion on them. Last weekend, they didn't have a great weekend with Bohalio and Hufi. Is that any sort of indication as to what kind of a fighter he is, or is everyone different in your opinion?
I think everyone's different, Everyone's different, but this guy have the same style, It's like this. I think is now Jean have too much pressure on your back because the only guy in the team is staying on the Finnish UFC. I think he have a lot of pressure, A lot of pressure. Maybe this is affecting him in this fight.
Meanwhile, Jean Silva warned that Diego Lopes had essentially signed his own death contract by calling him out. Jane, via the translator, said Diego's words were like signing his coffin and promised to be the one to bury him.
Perhaps didn't want it either, but then Diego just went online and stuff and made some statements about the fact that he would find me over the weekend if he could. So basically, Diego was doing matchmaking and basically signed on this coffin already. So screw that. I mean, that's it. I mean, he signed on it. So if that's what he wants to be, I'll just put some dirt on that coffin.
Diego Lopes admitted that he has been impressed by Jean Silva's UFC run, but isn't the type to sit at home waiting for comfortable fights. He explained that he prefers big challenges and says facing Jane is exactly that. Lopes added that he wants to prove and test himself against the best in the world.
He's been on a roll as of late. He's had a good start to his UFC career. Have you been impressed with what he's done?
Yeah, I built my career as last after the fight, It's like I never sit down in my house for wait to one fight it's like comfortable for me. I like the big challenge. I think now having Jean Silva in the front is a big challenge for me, but I prove and test myself with the best in the world,
Diego Lopes also spoke about Jean Silva's unusual antics, like grabbing the cage or wearing glasses. He said he remains calm and doesn't get distracted by those things. Lopes acknowledged that Silva might try different tactics to get his attention, but stressed that once they step into the cage, it will be only the two of them.
We were showing some of his antics there, grabbing onto the cage and the glasses and all that. What do you make of just his demeanor overall?
It's okay. It's your personality, I'm calm guy. I'm calm guy. I know this guy tries he do many things for try have my attention, but it's okay. It's this it's different. In the cage, it's only me and him.
Gene Silva said he does not like Diego Lopes and explained that sometimes people's energy simply doesn't match. He said it comes down to different natures and characters and admitted that he just doesn't like Diego Lopes straight up. He compared it to how Paulo Costa feels about Borrachinha, saying it's not just about fighting but simply not vibing with someone.
Why? Was there anything specific that Diego Lopes has done? Because he seems like, on the surface level, he seems like a pretty relaxed guy. He seems like a pretty friendly guy. Is there something that you see that maybe I'm not seeing, or like maybe the fans aren't seeing?
Mas se for na rua, paulada come solta.
We can explain that, man. Sometimes the energy just don't match. That's different people, different natures, different character, and it's just how it is. It's always been with my whole life. If I don't like you, I'll just straight up tell it to your face, I just don't like you. And like Borrachinha, Borracha just don't like him very much, but he's a huge different weight class. I'm never going to fight him, but in the streets, all bets are off.
Diego Lopes reacted to Gene Silva's statement about not liking him by saying he doesn't dislike Silva in return. He explained that they don't have any personal relationship and saw no reason for tension. Lopes joked that Silva might feel the way simply because of his great hair.
We showed the clip just moments ago from the ESPN preview where he says, I don't like Diego Lopes. Do you not like him as well?
Oh, it's okay. This guy not like me. Okay, I'm not like him now.
Why do you think he doesn't like you?
I don't know. You need to ask him.
Do you have a reason not to like him?
No.
You don't have a relationship with him, right?
No, I don't have a relationship with him. But I think this guy is jealous because I have a great hair,
Diego Lopes further comments on Gene Silva's dislike and trash talk, saying he isn't sure why Silva feels that way. He clarifies that he has no personal issues with Silva and hasn't said anything to provoke him. Lopes adds that it's fine and sees Silva's behavior as part of building hype and a story for their upcoming fight.
View on this whole thing, like, do you have any issues with John Silva, or is that just his side?
Bro, I don't know what's happening with this guy. I think this is like a thing with your mind. I don't know. I don't know for this guy not look like me. It's okay. You don't look like me? Okay, I don't look like you too.
Yeah, because you've never said anything to him before, right?
No, never. I don't know. It's like 1 year ago, this guy started talk shit with my person, but I don't know for why. But it's okay. This guy building a great story for this fight, no?
Diego Lopes also reveals that he learned a lot from his fight with Alexander Volkanovski. He feels much more confident in himself now, having competed against one of the best in the world. Even though he lost, he believes his performance showed that his level is high and that he can compete in a truly competitive fight, unlike many others who earn title shots without facing such challenges.
You're coming off of the fight with Alexander Volkanovski. What did you learn most about yourself in that fight?
I learned too much, bro. I learned too much in this fight. I'm more confident in myself now because I prove it's like I'm only one of the best guys in the world too, because I fight the one guy maybe Volkanovski the best guy of all time in the division, or Volkanovski might. I put the competitive fight with him. I lost the fight, I know, but I think the level, people watch my level, like my level is okay. Because many fight is many guys have the shot for the title fight, but it's not competitive, I think this fight is so competitive. I prove I'm staying the high level,
Meanwhile, Gene Silva said he believes he will earn a title shot directly after defeating Diego Lopes. He dismissed the idea of Movsar Evloev getting the opportunity, predicting it would most probably be Alexander Volkanovski versus Lerone Murphy. Silva stated that with confidence that whoever holds the belt will be beaten, insisting he already sees himself as the champion. Even if he isn't given the shot right away, he promised that whether it's Volkanovski or Murphy, they will fall to him eventually.
O Lerone Murphy tá tudo bem, mas o Movsar, nem você acredita que ele vai lutar pelo título.
Movsar is not going to fight for the title. Like, not even you believe he's going to fight for the title. So whoever is going to be Volkanovski or Murphy, I'll get there when I get there. Whoever's going to be the champion is going to get beat up, and I'll be the champion. I'm already the champion. I see myself as the champion. I visualize myself as the champion. And if I don't get given a title shot directly after my victory, my significant victory against Diego Lopes, whoever is next, it can be a Volkanovski or it can be Murphy, they're going to fall to my sword anyway.
Diego Lopes also remains hopeful about earning another title shot after a dominant win over Gene Silva. He acknowledged the uncertainty in the featherweight division, but said that with a big knockout submission or complete domination, he would put his name back on the table as a top contender.
With all the activity right now in the featherweight division, with Volk obviously champion, but Lerone Murphy, as you said, and Yair is out there, and Movsar is out there, do you feel like you're being forgotten about? Do you feel like people aren't talking about you enough as one of the top contenders still, because your last fight was for the belt?
Yeah, I think now in the division is a mix in the top 5. It's like the people was no have idea who's the next for the title shot. But I think I make the great job in Saturday night, a big knockout, big submission, or complete domination. I think I put my name in the table again.
On the other hand, Adin Ross said and predicts that if the fight between Diego Lopes and Gene Silva goes the distance, Diego Lopes will take the win. However, if there is a stoppage, Ross believes Silva will secure the knockout. He emphasizes that Silva nearly beat Volk, calling it one of the fights of the year, and suggests Silva has the power to finish Lopes-Diego.
Guys, if it goes the distance, Diego wins. If there's a stoppage of any sort, TKO, knockout, Gene, definitely. I'm telling you guys, the safe bet is distance Diego or Gene KO. I'm telling you. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. I swear that's the one of the, what are the odds on that? He's coming up a loss from Volk. Guys, he almost beat Volk. I know you guys are gonna be on my ass. That was the fight of the year. He almost beat Volk. He almost beat Volk. Knockout. You know he did. You know he did. Guys, are you clip farming? Okay. No, I'm not. How am I wrong?
Heavyweight Curtis Blades picks Diego Lopes for the fight, noting his reach advantage. He explains that both fighters are aggressive scrappers, which could lead to a finish as their offensive pressure might have left openings. Blades believes that in an exchange, Silva is more likely to get caught.
I'll go with Diego because he's longer. They both like to scrap. It's going to be a war, but in this one, I can see I might get a finish just because they're so offensively aggressive, and they're all right with not being as tight on their defense. I think someone's going to get caught just in this exchange, and I think it'll be Silva.
Michael Chiesa also backs Diego Lopes to win, praising both his ferocity and resilience. He notes that Lopes can match Gene Silva's intensity and highlights his tough chin and mental toughness. Chiesa points out how Lopes has grown after setbacks, turning out into a top contender, and predicts that his hunger to get back into the title picture will help him secure the victory.
Ooh, man! God dang, that's a fight. That's a fighter's fight. Man, I'm a big Lopes fan, and it's not just the mullet. I'm a big fan of his work. He's gonna test Jean Silva, but I think that I just think the ferocity that Diego Lopes brings to the octagon, he can match the ferocity that Jean Silva brings to the octagon. He will meet him in the middle. He's got an incredible chin. He's incredibly tough, and I think it's one of those situations where Diego Lopes grows leaps and bounds when he comes up short. We saw what happened after he lost to Movsar Evloev. He turned into just a totally different animal, and in 2 years got himself into a title fight against Alex Volkanovski in a very, very close fight. I think he's going to be really hungry to get back into the title picture. I see Diego Lopes getting the win.
Combat sports analyst Nick Barnhill praised Diego Lopes' durability, but singled out Gene Silva for his unique skills. He explained Silva's technique of using opponents' pressure against them to escape the cage and take their back, calling it inventive and John Jones-like. Barnhill considers Silva the most promising fighting nerd with the best chance to win a UFC title first.
Lopes is a great fighter. He's durable. He knows how to fight. He knows how to return fire. But John Silva is one of those guys who I don't know if you're going to find somebody who can move quite like him. He was working this one technique that was so cool. It was on if somebody were to basically change levels, shoot in, and tie you up against the cage. So naturally what you do is you get sideways sort of in a sprinter stance, lower your base, get nice and heavy, try to lift them up to your waistline if you can. So what he was doing in that situation, he would make sure that the arms were separated from behind him so they don't have a grasp of him, but they have him sort of by both sides. And what he's doing is using their pressure to backflip out above them and then take their back.
I need to see that.
There's the evolution of this game that we're talking about. I just think that John Silva is one of those guys who mentally, like John Jones, can just come up with something on the spot, and it's the perfect technique for the scenario. And maybe we don't even have a name for it, right? We don't even know what it's called. John Silva, to me, feels like the best fighting nerd and the one that has the chance to win the belt first. But I do think we see a few fighting nerds get the belt.
Meanwhile, Elijah Smith likes both Diego Lopes and John Silva, but leans toward Lopes getting back on track. He emphasizes that Lopes must stay composed and avoid going straight at Silva, who is a dangerous counter-striker with plenty of power. Smith wants to see Lopes mix attacks to the head, body, and legs while integrating his wrestling and grappling. He's also curious to see how Silva performs in the later rounds.
I love Diego Lopes. I love John Silva. But I would like to see Diego Lopes get back on a win.
Do you think he does it though? I know you said you wanted to see him get back on track, but do you think he does it?
I think he does.
Okay.
I think he does. If he stays within himself and not get too wild, because John Silva, he's a really good counter. He's really good at countering and just throwing wild stuff. So I just wouldn't want Diego to come at him on a straight line, kind of like the Charles Oliveira and Ilia Topuria, because John Silva does have power. He does have a lot of power. So I would like to see him, attack from head, body, legs, like all over. I would like to see him diverse his strikes and implement that his wrestling and grappling, because they're both really good grapplers. But I would like to see what I want to see what John Silva looks like in the later round.
Geoff Neal says it's a tough matchup, admitting he's unsure how the fight will play out since both fighters are talented and well-rounded. He feels the fight should be considered even, though he understands why John Silva is currently favored based on his track record.
I don't know. That's a good one. Like, that's one of those ones I'm just gonna have to watch and see, because I like them both. You know what I mean? They're both cool guys. And they both are real talented. I just don't. I don't know how it's going to translate whenever they fight each other.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. John Silva's the favorite. Do you think that's correct, or should Diego Lopes be the favorite in that fight?
Actually, I feel like it should be even.
There you go.
But I mean, given like the body of work, I guess I can see why John Silva's the favorite.
UFC middleweight fighter Eric Anders also shared his thoughts and favors Diego Lopes in the matchup. He notes that Lopes is a wild and fearless striker with a long submission game, though his reckless style could create openings. Anders believes John Silva is skilled at exploiting mistakes, but he ultimately gives the edge to Lopes.
I'm gonna go with Diego. He's a wild fighter. I guess so is Jean, but he's got a really good submission game. He's fearless with the striking.
Similarly, Billy Goff picks Diego Lopes to win, noting that Lopes' previous fight showed him chasing a finish too stubbornly, which could be risky. However, Goff believes that if Lopes fights his usual well-rounded game, he has the skills and composure to outstrike and dominate John Silva.
I gotta rock with Diego Lopes. I wanted Diego to beat Bolt, but he fought just not very. He fought like very stubbornly. He was chasing that finish. And it's so easy to get locked in that mode, but if he fights like that against John Silva, I think that'll be a problem. But if the regular Diego shows up, I think he's gonna beat John Silva.
However, UFC lightweight Diego Ferreira expressed admiration for Diego Lopes, but chose to back Gene Silva, calling him a great fighter and showing confidence in Silva's current form.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Diego Lopes now, but I think right now I'm gonna go with Gene Silva. Gene Silva, he's been really, a great fighter right now, but I think I'm gonna go Silva.
UFC featherweight Marin Santos believes Diego Lopes has the edge in the matchup. He says Diego is a more complete MMA fighter, noting that while John Silva is dangerous on the feet, Diego possesses explosive power in his hands and a unique skill set that sets him apart, and Santos picks Diego to come out on top.
That's a tough fight. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Diego. I think he has all the tools. He's more like he's a better MMA fighter. Of course, like John, he's very dangerous on the feet, but Diego, he has like dynamite on his hands, and he's just different. I'm gonna go with Diego.
UFC light heavyweight fighter Johnny Walker says the fight will be very tough as both fighters are extremely high level. He notes that it could either be a technical cautious battle or an all-out crazy showdown, emphasizing that fans expect a highly skilled and exciting matchup.
It's gonna be a very tough fight. Both guys very high level. I have no idea what's gonna happen there, but it's gonna be a very good high level fight because both guys is very good level, no? The fight can be very boring because they can too good to fight, you know, or can be very fucking crazy, and it's a very good, like, you have a lot to expect from this fight, you know, because both guys are high level, you know.
Another light heavyweight fighter, Modestas Bukauskas, backs Diego Lopes in the upcoming fight. He praises Gene Silva as an exciting and talented fighter, but highlights Diego's tight boxing and strong jiu-jitsu, saying that this combination of skills could give him the advantage and make it difficult for Silva to impose his game.
Oh, Diego Lopes. Jean Silva is another incredible fighter. He's been on an absolute tear. He's been very exciting to watch. You know, always brings it. But so does Diego Lopes, and I really like his box. He's got a very tight boxing style. Got very good jiu-jitsu. I just feel that type of style will be hard for Jean Silva, so Diego Lopes, definitely.
Meanwhile, Eric McConaughey called the matchup electrifying, praising Diego Lopes for his pace and endurance while noting Gene Silva's strong range management. He gave a slight edge to Diego, but expects the fight to be highly entertaining.
Bro, that's gonna be electrifying, man. That's a really hard pick because Diego's such a gamer. You know, he can keep that pace for so long with so many punches, and John Silva is really good with range management. I feel like that whole entire group is really good with range management, you know? It's going to be entertaining. I can't wait to watch that one.
Who would you give the edge to,
though? I'll say Diego just because he's from Iridium.
Gage Young calls it a challenging matchup, noting Gene Silva's impressive recent streak while highlighting Diego Lopes' larger frame, aggressive style, and strong preparation with Team Iridium. He believes Diego's physicality and relentless pace give him the edge, making him the likely favorite going into the fight.
Oh, that's a tough one. I didn't even know that got matched up. John Silva's been on a tear recently. Diego Lopes is just so big and you know, he's just a big 45er. He's super aggressive, and he's Team Iridium, so we're going to go with Diego Lopes on that one.
So that's all we have from today's video, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. Share your predictions about this fight between Diego Lopes and Gene Silva in the comment section, and make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos.